is committed to building a progressive community which is technologically advancing, focused on agricultural, tourism, industry, and community development. Now, KYBE, the Coyote, presents Let's Talk Frederick, a special presentation on KYBE News and the Frederick Chamber of Commerce. The Frederick Chamber of Commerce cares about the citizens of Frederick and the city of Frederick and is committed to guiding the momentum of Frederick and acquiring and developing agriculture and industry, promoting tourism and an increase of quality of life. Now, let's talk Frederick with the Frederick Chamber of Commerce.
There's no edits.
All right, here we go.
No pressure. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Let's Talk Frederick. Thank you for tuning in today on this wonderfully warm Tuesday.
It is, yeah.
I'm proud of us. Yeah, so we have a special guest today. I'm guessing if you're watching on Facebook Live, you already know who it is. But
Surprise!
Yes.
Or do you?
There's a little hint.
Maybe I have a doppelganger.
Could be. So, as you know, or maybe you don't know, but we're going through introducing our board members on Facebook, and I've had a couple on the radio. And so today, we're getting towards the end of our list, by the way.
Bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. Didn't mean that, but yeah. But today, we have actually a really important person on our chamber board, and that is Cordelle Keller. Welcome, Cordelle.
Hello, thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, round of applause. Round of applause.
I was actually, speaking of a warm Tuesday, it was so hot I could not sleep last night in my
Turn the air conditioner on in
It
places
doesn't reach my upstairs.
No.
We're going to have to figure something out.
I'm getting a mini split.
I was about to
It's
say,
on
you
the
need a
to-do
mini
list.
split.
I'm
Okay.
getting a mini split.
Good,
You need a
good.
mini
Yeah.
split.
No, it's on the... But anyway, so I come up with good ideas when I'm laying there and just sweating. And I was like, what is Cordelle's title? Because she's kind of... Cordell's on our executive board, but she's in between titles? Is that what you...
Yes.
We're-
I title I think
How are we going to
know.
introduce her?
Yeah, that's a great question because I kind of joke with Ben that I'm like, I'm just like the board member y'all can't get rid of.
Which is
Because
great.
I think I'm on my fourth year?
Don't look at me.
That sounds
Well, you
People
were
are probably
president.
long gone by now. Yes, I was
What
president
years?
for 23.
Okay,
And so last year I was past president,
I'm 24.
24, and then...
Now we're just keeping you.
Yes, I think... Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a bad curse or something. I'm not sure.
Now you've got the golden handcuffs. So. Thank you for being a part of the chamber eternally.
Yes. And I just love how y'all just like, I miss one meeting and they're like, so we figured out a way to keep you 3 more years. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I was kind of hoping I was doing a bad enough job. Y'all would be like, bye.
No.
But no.
No, you can't sandbag this one.
No.
Nice try.
So I think I'm former president, eternal
well, you
board
still
member. We
are former president because
technically, yes.
Ben is on his second year,
Mm-hmm.
right? So anyway.
Because I was going to take the second year as president. I was going to take back over in 25, but then Ben found out I was having my
child.
beautiful baby girl, and he was like, psych, no, you're not.
Yes.
So,
which is probably smart.
yeah, well, in retrospect, maybe he had a good idea. Maybe
Yeah.
he had a little more logical thought process than I did.
Yeah,
Say it ain't so. But,
probably a good idea.
I felt guilty because I was like, I'm the one that like talked him into doing, because he's like, I'm not serving on chamber board ever again. And I'm like, hey, so how firm are you in that?
I feel like that's how a lot of people get on the board.
I agree.
Or in the director's position,
We did not
Hey.
bully you into that at all.
No, but Ben was really nice about it. Like, remember when we were so great together 10 years ago? I'm like, yeah, all right.
I mean, we
right.
did all kind of like nominate him to go talk to you, so
He
there
did.
was a thought process behind that.
He's sneaky.
But I think that,
Premeditated.
but that is how you kind of get on the board. I actually had COVID and was home. This is back whenever COVID was still very like unfamiliar, and I mean, I had like the OG COVID in 2020, and so I was at home for my 2 weeks quarantining, and I get back to work, and my mom's like, "Oh, by the way, I think Felicia was still the director, and I get this email or text message like, here's when we're meeting for new board member stuff, and I'm like, what?
Oh, that's how you got on the board?
Yeah. So I talked to my mom, and my mom's like, oh, well, yeah, I didn't commit to Gilbert. And then whenever I talked to Gilbert was like, oh, yeah, your mom said you'd do it, no problem. So I'm not really sure who.
I love that. Thanks,
Yeah.
Twyla. Or Gilbert.
I'm not sure who it was. I don't trust either one of them to say it wasn't them.
Well, however it happened,
yes.
we're glad it happened.
Yes.
I'm glad
Are
to
we?
hear. Yeah. So Cordelle, I don't know if I said, but Cordelle is part of our executive board.
Yes.
So she helps. And like lots of, actually, as it's turned out recently, lots of committees, chairing a few committees. But it's just because you're so good at it.
Just a few.
Yeah, I know.
No, see, you know how I got on the board and then how I'm still here? It was kind of one of those situations. Ben was like, we should really bring back committees. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a great idea. I was president whenever he brought this up. And I'm like, that's fantastic. I took what Ben Crawford said as we should bring back committees, as in, Cordelle, you must chair every committee because you're president. And it wasn't like, I don't know if he was just like, wow, it's not at all what I meant. And he just chose to like, let me figure it out on my own or what. He didn't say anything until
He's
like,
probably laughing.
probably, honestly. Until like 4 months later, he goes, you realize that's not what I meant. I'm like, no, I don't. But it's very overwhelming. And he's like, yeah, that's not at all what I meant.
That's not how
And
it
I was
works.
like, oh.
Yeah.
So we kind of sat down and I was like, maybe we revisit what did she, maybe I should ask more questions
work?
whenever somebody
Yeah.
suggests something. And he's like, well, here's what I actually meant. And I was like, oh, no, that seems a lot more manageable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Well, so like, I think we can talk about it. Yeah, we can talk about it. Coming up, you're chairing the Teachers Luncheon Committee.
yes, I am.
So tell us, okay, I've been hesitant to publicize this because it's not like open to the public. I probably overthink all of this.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
Every
But
day of my life.
I think everyone knows too. Most people around town know. Maybe if you're new to town, you don't know. But every year, the chamber does a luncheon for our teachers right at the couple days before school starts.
Yes.
And we feed them. We try to pump them up and give them some chamber bucks. So our business members are able to sponsor this event, and that sponsorship money goes to pay for the food and to give back to the teachers as
Yes.
again, the chamber bucks can only be used locally, and a lot of times the teachers use that directly right back into their classroom.
Oh,
supplies and stuff.
110%. Yes.
Yeah. So Cordelle is kind of organizing that
Yes.
right heavily right now.
Yeah, in fact, we were in a group text just this morning about that. So, yes, August 12th. So it's always the Tuesday before school starts. And it's just like a fun camaraderie. We are able to get all of the local education systems that can. So like VOTEC teachers, or I guess it's Great Plains Technology Center. It's VOTEC. I don't know where we changed
VOTEC.
that, but it's VOTEC. On the VOTEC teachers and then Frederick Public Schools teachers, they all get together. So it's kind of fun to get to see everybody in one room and interact with each other. And I'm telling you, if you've stood between a mama cow and her calf, it's the same thing as between a teacher and those chamber bucks. It is wild.
I've seen it go down. She's right.
I mean, it is wild. So it's so fun to there'll be like drum rolls and just to get them excited to, and it's not just teachers. And that's what I always say at the beginning of every time when I have to open it, is I hate that we call it the teacher luncheon, because everybody within our education system is so essential, whether it be the librarians to bus drivers to the janitors. I want to rename it, but I just don't know what to rename it. So here we are with the teacher luncheon. Yeah, it doesn't quite have the same little snap to it.
Yeah.
So
People who work at the school luncheon.
right. It's like, and then I hate to call it a staff luncheon because that just sounds so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's really fun to get them all to see how excited they are, because I know that is one position I don't think I could, especially like lower education. Nope, I could never.
Or higher. I could never.
No,
I
might could do higher. I think I could do higher, but 6th grade and below, I do not sign me up for that.
I tried it, and I'm so grateful for our teachers.
Yes.
I don't want to be one.
Same.
So
They deserve and so much more.
Yes.
So
We appreciate them immensely.
But yeah, as a little shameless plug is we aren't able to do that without our sponsorship. So if you are a Frederick Chamber of Commerce member and you would like to contribute to that, we are currently raising funds for that. I think last year we were able to give back to the teachers. I know it was over $3,000 in chamber bucks.
Wow.
So we would like to be able to maintain that from year to year. So
Yeah.
Right.
And I just think it's so neat to see all these sponsorship checks coming in to the chamber, and it's almost like there's some events, at least we've done in the past, where you have to like beg people to, you know, this I feel like people want to support.
That
this.
is
They
true.
want to
And
support the
I guess I
teachers.
also should say, it's not just me that does this by myself. I have an amazing committee that really does way more than I do. This year it's Sarah Copeland and Felicia Crawford. And they do the
Dream
legs.
team.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I have
right?
a dream team. I'm so
Yeah.
excited. So I don't want it to ever be conceived that I do, because it's a team effort and couldn't be possible without either of them also.
Well, we're glad. I'm very glad. It helps make my job a lot easier too. So you
This
guys
is a
just
committee
go
that is
with it.
standing like a committee should, Ben.
Yes.
You were right. You were onto something.
Yep.
I agree. You know, I was in the chamber and got to experience that myself, and I would say that was one of the events that I feel like I enjoyed working and helping with just as much as the teachers enjoyed, you know, their part in it. And so I think it's an awesome thing that the chamber does
Yeah.
and has continued to do.
Yeah.
Has it been, 12 years now?
Oh, don't start me.
I
anything.
was gonna go look. I said that last week, that I think it's been 12 years, but I wanted to look and make
Okay.
sure. Remind me to do that when I get back to the office.
Okay.
I was about to say, anything I told you would be a lie.
Because I know
I would be making it up on the go. That's not a good thing to do.
announcing it on Facebook.
Hard lunch.
So outside of Chamber World,
Okay.
what else do you got going on?
Oh, man. Well, obviously, I work at Box Incorporated, and so we have all of the, and don't ask me my title there either, because that is also one that I think yesterday I went from IT, which is not a good fit at all, to marketing, to manage, I don't know. So I always joke and say that I do whatever Twyla tells me to do, and some things that she probably wouldn't approve of. So
Gotta keep her on her
Fair.
toes.
I mean,
And
yeah, she's been in and out with her parents lately, and so I was like, I hope you don't mind everything that's in the sale, because I just kind of made executive decisions.
It's happening.
So,
I know she appreciates your help.
yeah, I hope so. I'm not sure. Everybody says that, and I'm like, why just another day?
Yeah.
But yes, and then I am married to my wonderful husband, and we have a wonderful baby girl together who is 6 months old, which
Super cute.
oh, she's adorable, but of course I'm a little bit biased. But and then I feel like everybody knows me, but maybe they don't. I don't know. We farm and ranch, so my family is on my dad's side. We've actually been a Centennial Farm and Ranch since 1902, and then he married my mom, which was Louis Box's daughter. I almost said Louis Box. That was gonna be awkward. And so eventually, over the years, we've kind of merged our two operations, and so that's what my family does. We raise cattle, horses, and not cows. We farm a lot.
All sorts
Well,
of
not a lot,
things.
but a lot of different. I mean, I think we planted soybeans the other day, and I was like, "Where does this come from? We've never done this before."
That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah, it's new for us too.
And do you have
Stay
any
tuned.
hobbies?
Hobbies.
Funny question.
I
She
used
said,
to
"What are
have,
those?"
yeah. I used to have time for hobbies, but I used to read a lot. I still read some.
Yeah.
But does raising a child count as a hobby?
Well,
I'm
I
not
was
really
more
sure.
thinking something you coach.
Oh!
Like you have all this extra time. It amazes me that she does this on the side. I'm like, Cordelle has time?
I think I'm just like glutton for punishment. I'm not really sure.
You don't like hobbies, so no.
You know, Mark's from California. My husband's from California. And so every time that his family comes out here, they're like, you are so busy. And I'm like, am I? I don't really feel like this is kind of a slow time.
That's just what we do.
I'd be like, what? And I'm just like, well, it's just kind of what you do in a small town.
Yeah.
And that's what my mom and I have said for years. Whenever somebody's like, y'all are doing XYZ, I'm like, well, it's just what you do.
You just gotta wear different hats.
But yes, I did coach a little league for, I don't know, I coached some girls in the Burke Burnett League for the last couple of years, and so we had a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, I heard you're really good at it.
I don't know.
And you have another hobby.
I do?
Yeah.
Oh, every now and then I pick up a camera. I love that you know, like you remember all these.
Tell us about yourself. Here's some clues.
Honestly, Haley should have made me flashcards for myself before I came in. Remember, you do this. Yes.
Remember what you like to do.
Yes. I do take pictures every now and then.
Yeah. Well, you were just somewhere.
But that's right. I did just do the all the official photographers, good grief, photographs for the Texas Ranch Roundup, which is the oldest ranch rodeo in Texas.
Okay.
It was kind of the one that started it all, and so
No big deal.
No
Wow.
it's
Right?
Hair flip.
but they're a great organization. I've been so blessed to work with them for the last 3 years, and hoping
That's
to
awesome.
continue that in the future.
That is awesome.
Really awesome.
No,
I mean,
they're
if you've
great.
seen any of her, her work, you know that she's very, very talented. in that
It's so
area.
funny. Like that was just maybe like 8-9 days ago, and I'm like, okay,
I just saw
I
it.
finished editing that gallery, so we're putting that on the shelf for now. We're into
Now I don't do photography.
Yeah.
Now I do chamber luncheon.
I don't know.
That's my hobby.
Literally
Yes.
switching the hats.
You just yes,
Yeah.
lots of hats, but it's another one of those like it's just what you do.
I love it.
So whenever the girls are like, we want to go play this tournament or this league, and I think we started practice. I think Quincy was maybe 3.5 weeks old.
Oh my goodness.
4 weeks.
Wow.
Maybe. I think 3.5.
Brand new to the world.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. But in retrospect, might have been a little questionable on my part, but we made it work.
That's okay. Now you know.
So, yeah, everybody's like, you're doing it. I'm like, well, it's just what you do.
Yeah. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. Long time ago, it was told what you do. So
Yeah.
Twyla would say that would be the first and last time that Cordelle ever listened to what I told her to do. But
Yeah, well. Okay, so I like to ask everyone this. What made you decide to make Frederick your home? I mean, other than being raised here, you chose to move back. What do you love about Frederick? Kind of double-ended question there.
Mark and I always like to feel like there's no way to say this shortly, so bear with me.
Okay.
We ended up back in Stillwater, I always say, like, as a big kid. And we loved there's lots to love about Stillwater, whether you're a student or an adult, from the culture to everything. But at the end of the day, you're either buying a house and you don't have any ties there. I mean, neither one of us had any family there or anything like that. And, or you're renting a house that, again, it's just we're kind of like, what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. You know, this is great for right now, but what is our 5 and 10 year, what does that look like if we stay here versus what does that look like if we move back home? And to my home. California was never an option. Not for me anyway. But, and so we just kind of sat down as a couple and we're like, okay, we want to raise our kids. Kids were such a long thought 5 years ago. We weren't even sure that we were going to have kids. God had other plans though. But, where do we see it? We wanted somewhere that we could be directly involved because yes, Stillwater had that, it's a big city with a small town feel, but at the end of the day, you're not making a direct difference in the community. Not that we are here either, but
You are.
We felt like we wanted to move somewhere that we felt like we could make more of a longevity difference, and somewhere that we could be more involved, and like that the people you're sitting next to in church. It's not just, we wanted more of a personal connection, I think. And what's not to love about Frederick? I mean, it was so interesting. I will say one of the things, like in your interview, when we were like, what do you love about Frederick? And you're like, oh, the sunsets and the walkability. And I'm just like, wow, that was so not the sales pitch that I anticipated. But man, you're right. Like, and so I think about that. I think about you every night now, Haley.
Aww.
Whenever I get home and like I'm looking out my kitchen window, and like the way our kitchen window faces the west, and so like I see all of our young horses in the sunset, and I'm just like, this is what we wanted, At the end of the day in Stillwater, we were renting a house, and we had none of our horses there. I mean, we had 3 dogs. And so we were able to move back home and kind of grow. We've grown our cow herd. We've grown our horse herd to way too many. But if my husband's watching this, way too many. But just somewhere that we could put down roots and see ourselves in 15 to 20 years. And Frederick's a lovely community to do that in.
I love that.
I do too.
Yeah. All the warm and fuzzies.
Yes.
Who knew I could be warm and fuzzy?
I'm gonna have to wipe my eyes. No, but I think it's really neat when you ask people that. I mean, Brittany and I have been asking people all summer, but everybody has their own reasons, everything that makes Frederick special to them. And then my brain is like, how do we market that? It's all the intangibles that bring people here.
It is. And that's why, I mean, normally when you would ask somebody, what do you love about your hometown? I remember back 10 years ago when you were the director before, and I came back to the banquet with my dad, you were talking about, you were at a conference with all these other people, and they were like, oh, we just don't know how to sell our town. And you're up here like, well, we have the town site, and we have the Copper collection, and we have this, and we have that. And I, at that time, my cynical 19-year-old self was like, okay, what could really be that cool about Frederick? And Haley is just like, it's like when you hand somebody a pen in an interview and you're like, sell me this pen. And they're like, well, let me tell you about this pen. I felt like that's kind of what Haley did, was like, wow, okay, maybe my little town does have something cool to be excited about. So.
And sometimes that's all it takes, is just hearing someone else be enthusiastic and excited about it.
Oh,
I would feel like that was my thing. Whenever I first started the radio station, I was pretty young. I was, around 26, and I would say back then that, being involved in the community was not a thing for me. But, hearing from other people that would come in to see me and hearing more about Frederick and learning more about Frederick really did, and seeing their excitement and enthusiasm, I would say kind of turned my, perspective to that as well.
I mean, I'm not gonna, I won't lie, Mark was kind of the driver of like, let's move back for me, there for him. And I think he may have underestimated community involvement. Just a smidge.
It was like, not that much.
Right? Because now I'm like, hey, I need you to, like, we're going to go sell pumpkins. And he's like, what? This is not how I wanted to spend my Saturday, Cordelle. And I'm like, okay, but you, hello. Or, hey, we're going to do Girls on Main, or we're going to do this. And he's like, what are we not doing? And I was just like, well, we're not singing at the Ramona.
But we're going to go watch it. No.
Yeah. But that is actually going to be our date night, so.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, he's like, so what do you guys not do? And I was like, well, I told you we were really involved, so.
Yep.
Yeah, he kind of forgets that where we go when we go all. So.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad that y'all chose to call Frederick home, and we're glad you're involved in the community. Thank you, Mark. Shout out to Mark Keller, everybody.
Yes. That's when we kind of joke. I'm like, well, when you get me as a board member, you kind of get him too, because
we like it.
And then he serves on our local Farm Bureau board, so he's every bit as community minded. He just doesn't admit it. He's a trooper. He really is.
We appreciate him and your whole family, your whole legacy.
Yes,
we're glad you guys are here and have stuck around here and are bringing your next generation here with the little one. It's exciting.
Very exciting.
Probably be like her mom and be like, I'm never moving there. Let me tell you, if you salt and pepper and stick it in the oven, maybe barbecue it for a little while, crow tastes really good.
There you go.
You have a special blend. Put it on the smoker. I mean, blackstone it for a minute.
I love it.
Put it in some taco
Well,
shells.
It's
really good. All I've eaten for 5 years is crow.
Crows are delicious.
It is. It's wonderful.
I can sell crow. No.
All right.
Well, Cordelle, thank you so much for joining us today and giving people a chance to get to know you a little bit better and know who the faces behind our chamber are. I think it's really important. So,
Well, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be a part of it.
yeah, we are too.
Yes, thank you for everything that you do.
Oh gosh. I don't do hardly anything, but I just have a great support team behind me.
We appreciate it. And to all of our listeners and viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Let's Talk Frederick. You can tune in at this Tuesday. You can tune in every Tuesday for more news, information, and discussion about Frederick, Oklahoma, where the adventure begins.
Life has never been more challenging